Imagine a universe, fractured and grieving, where half of all life simply vanished. The dust settled, leaving behind a silence heavier than any sound. Our story begins with the shattered remnants of Earth's mightiest heroes, grappling with an unprecedented defeat. Welcome back, cinematic explorers, to a deep dive into the epic conclusion of an era. Today, we unravel every moment of Avengers Endgame, a film that redefined superhero cinema. Get ready to relive the triumph, the tragedy, and the ultimate sacrifice. Adrift in space, Tony Stark records a final, desperate message for Pepper Potts. He recounts their defeat on Titan, confessing his failure to stop Thanos. Just as his oxygen supply dwindles, Captain Marvel arrives and brings his ship back to Earth. The remaining Avengers debrief, trying to understand Thanos' next move and the devastation he wrought. Tony, still reeling from his near-death experience, lashes out at Captain America, blaming him for their loss. He refuses to help further, declaring Thanos not beatable, and hands Cap his broken arc reactor. Nebula reveals Thanos' post-snap plan, to retire to a planet he called the Garden. Rocket Raccoon tracks a unique power surge, confirming Thanos used the Infinity Stones 2 days prior. The team quickly decides to travel to Thanos' location to retrieve the stones and undo the snap. Upon arrival, they find a weakened Thanos and confront him about the Infinity Stones. Thanos shockingly reveals he used the stones to destroy the stones, ensuring their plan is impossible. A desperate Thor, consumed by rage, beheads Thanos, declaring he went for the head this time. 5 years later, the world struggles to cope with the irreversible damage of the snap, trying to move on. Captain America leads a support group, inspiring hope and reminding them that the world is in their hands. Hawkeye, now Ronin, exacts brutal vengeance on criminals, having lost his entire family in the snap. Black Widow tracks Clint down in Mexico, appealing to his former self and asking him not to give me hope if it's false. Scott Lang, trapped in the quantum realm during the snap, unexpectedly returns from the storage facility. He reunites with his now-grown daughter, Cassie, in a deeply emotional and tearful moment. Scott explains that for him, only 5 hours passed in the quantum realm, not 5 years. He theorizes time travel through the quantum realm, proposing a time heist to retrieve the stones. The team approaches Tony, who now has a peaceful family life and initially refuses to risk it all. Later, inspired by his daughter's love, Tony solves the complex time travel equation himself, exclaiming, "I figured it out." Bruce Banner has found a balance, merging his intellect with the Hulk's strength, becoming Professor Hulk. Professor Hulk's initial time travel test with Scott Lang goes hilariously wrong, temporarily turning Scott into a baby. Tony presents a fully functioning time-space GPS, agreeing to help retrieve the stones. Rocket and Hulk travel to New Asgard, finding Thor has become overweight, depressed, and a gamer. Thor, haunted by his failure against Thanos, spends his days drinking and threatening a kid named Noobmaster 69. Despite his self-pity and initial refusal, Hulk convinces Thor that, "We need your help to restore everything." Hulk explains that changing the past won't alter their present reality but create new branches. The plan is to collect the stones from various points in time and return each one to its original timeline. With limited Pym particles, they have one round trip each for the journey, demanding careful planning. Cap gives a stirring speech, reminding everyone that this is the fight of our lives and they will win. Thor struggles with being back in Asgard in 2013, especially seeing his mother Frigga, thinking, "I shouldn't be here." Rocket extracts the ether from Jane Foster, while Thor has a heart-to-heart with his mother and reclaims Mjolnir, proving, "I'm still worthy." Hulk confronts the Ancient One during the Battle of New York, requesting she give up the Time Stone. She initially refuses, fearing removing the stone would doom her reality, stating, "I can't risk it." Hulk explains their plan to return the stones, and she gives it to him, trusting Strange must have done it for a reason. Cap and Tony navigate the chaos after the Battle of New York, targeting the Tesseract and Loki's scepter. Tony secures the Tesseract, but a mishap causes Loki to escape with it, forcing them to improvise. Cap recovers the scepter from Hydra agents, using his knowledge of their future allegiance by whispering, "Hail Hydra." Tony and Cap travel to a SHIELD facility in 1970 for more Pym particles and another Tesseract. Tony has an emotional encounter with his father, Howard Stark, who shares wisdom about time. Cap reclaims the Tesseract and also sees Peggy Carter, his past love, during the mission. Guided by the Red Skull, Hawkeye and Black Widow arrive on Vorma, a dominion of death. They learn the devastating truth: a soul for a soul sacrifice is required to obtain the stone. Both heroes fight to be the one to sacrifice themselves, each trying to save the other's life. Natasha ultimately sacrifices herself, falling to her death, allowing Clint to obtain the Soul Stone. In 2014, Nebula's cybernetic connection links her to her future self and memories. Thanos captures 2014 Nebula, accesses her memories, and learns of the Avengers' time heist. He sends his fleet, including his past self, to the future to prevent their plan, ordering, "Set course for Earth." The Avengers return to their present with all 6 stones, questioning, "Did we get them all?" They grieve Natasha's death, realizing she can't get her back from the Soul Stone's price. Professor Hulk, deeming himself immune to gamma radiation, bravely dons the Infinity Gauntlet, stating, "I was made for this." He snaps his fingers, bringing everyone back, but the immense power severely injures him, though he affirms, "I'm okay." Thanos' ship attacks the Avengers compound from the past, trapping many heroes. Thanos reveals his new plan: to shred this universe down to atoms and create a new, grateful one. Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man confront Thanos, agreeing to kill him properly this time. Just as all hope seems lost, Sam Wilson contacts Captain America, saying, "On your left." Portals open, revealing all the resurrected heroes, ready to join the fight, prompting Cap's question. Captain America utters the iconic, long-awaited rallying cry, "Avengers, assemble." A massive battle ensues, with heroes fighting alongside each other against Thanos' vast army. Captain Marvel arrives, destroying Thanos' ship and proving her immense power. The heroes work together to protect the gauntlet and prevent Thanos from regaining the stones. Doctor Strange signals to Tony that this is the 1 out of 14 million chance for victory. Thanos declares, "I am inevitable," and snaps his fingers, only to find the stones gone. Tony Stark reveals he transferred the stones to his own gauntlet, proclaiming, "And I am Iron Man." He snaps his fingers, defeating Thanos and his army, but the immense power surge is fatal. Tony dies surrounded by Pepper and his friends, having saved the universe. Tony's holographic message plays at his funeral, expressing his heartfelt love for Morgan. Clint reunites with his family, finally finding peace and healing after years of grief. Thor, choosing his own path, leaves to join the Asgardians of the galaxy on new adventures. Captain America undertakes the mission to return the stones to their original timelines. He chooses to stay in the past with Peggy Carter, living out his life with her, calling it beautiful. An elderly Steve Rogers passes his iconic shield to Sam Wilson, making him the new Captain America. What an emotional roller coaster, a true testament to over a decade of storytelling. If this recap brought back all the feels, smash that like button and share it with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe for more epic movie explanations, and let me know in the comments what you thought of Tony's ultimate sacrifice. Until next time, keep exploring the magic of cinema.